Hello and welcome to the third part of the card reveals. So we got 10 cards today. Pretty good. Few of them are artifacts, which are token cards. I don't know whether these are factoring into the total 104. I think they do, but I can't be 100% just because token cards. Pretty sure they are though. So anyway, analyzing an artifact, Portalcraft. Of course, it's an artifact, so it's going to be Portal. Anyway, it's a 1-drop 2/1. Last word, draw a card. Pretty good stats wise. It is more value than most other 1-drops, and because it's an artifact, having it go into your deck would be quite beneficial. Mystic Artifact, 3-drop 2/3, really good stat line. I really enjoy the 2/3 stat line. Ward, Fanfare, draw a card. So these artifacts seem to really focus on draw power quite a bit, which isn't a bad thing because, you know, Portalcraft's going to want a good amount of draw power, especially with its artifacts being thrown into the deck consistently. Then we have Ancient Artifact, 1-drop 3/1 Rush, so it's basically just a trade for 1, so you can ram this into a 3 or 4-drop and most likely get the trade on it, which is a good little thing to have. Then Radiant Artifact, probably the biggest artifact we've seen so far in this kind of regard. It's a 5-drop 4/3 Storm, last word, if it is your turn, then put a random artifact card from your deck into your hand. If it is your opponent's turn, draw a card. So, pretty solid effect. Being able to put a random artifact into your deck, then, like, that's good on its own. Being able to put a random artifact card from your deck into your hand that way, so is much better. Being able to get those artifacts out of your deck, have pretty powerful cards, and then even if you're not using it as a trade, because it does have Storm, so you can just ram it to face, then you're still going to get a draw off it, which you might need. So it's got a nice bit of versatility. Being a 5-drop for a 4/3 is a little bad. I suppose with the Evolve being a 6/5 is a little bit better, and you're probably going to use this either as a finisher or purely just to deal damage or trade with something, I guess. There's not really else I can think about using this for, but it may work out. It just depends on what other Portalcraft cards and how the Portalcraft decks tend to stack up. Then we have Merchant Anita, which is an interesting one, a 3-drop 2/3 Swordcraft Commander. The interesting part, I think, is that it's a 3-drop commander. We already have a few of them with Julia and stuff like that are probably just a lot better. But this one also has the Fanfare Enhanced 7, give +3/+2 instead, which, because it gives +1 to an allied targeted officer, this may combo well in some decks. I don't think it'll combo well in many, but maybe in some. Then we have Zinthricha. I really can't pronounce that name for the life of me. Anyway, Dragon's Flame. This is obviously a revamp of the old card. It's a 7-drop 2/3 Fanfare. Summon a Hellflame Dragon. Whenever an allied Dragoncraft follower that originally cost 3 play points or less comes into play, give it +0/+1. So you're going to be summoning a Hellflame Dragon, which, if I'm right, is the 3/3 Dragon, I think, with Rush. I think that's the one that's Hellflame. I'm sure you guys will be able to correct me on that, and I'll probably look it up straight after this video, but pretty sure that's what a Hellflame Dragon is. Even if it's not, Hellflame's going to be okay. It's going to be a reasonable dragon. The +1 to all 3 play costs is good. This thing isn't going to stick on board though, so you're probably not going to be able to combo it very well. Maybe if you're playing turn 10 and you play this and something else, that may be okay. Comboing it with PDK isn't going to really do much just because of what it is. You are going to get the Hellflame proc and I suppose the boost to that, but getting this thing to stick to board is just going to be really difficult, I feel, especially being a 2/3, both on Evolve and Unevolve. It's just, I don't think it's going to be that good in my opinion. Not unless, for some reason, they get other combo pieces that can really make this thing shine. Then we have Underworld Ruler Aisha. From the lore that I've heard anyway, Kawi is her brother, which is really interesting, but they are pretty polar opposites in the way they are. So a 5-drop 5/4 Rush, Fanfare Necromancy 10, evolve this follower, Fanfare Enhanced 10, gain Storm. Then we have Rush and can attack 2 times per turn. So the evolve isn't very good, just because if you're playing this on 5 with Necromancy 10, using it, getting double attack in, the odds of you dealing enough, at most, those 2 trades will kill this pretty easily, especially if you're trading into, say, 2 or 3 drops. You're only going to get those 2 trades. If you're lucky, you'll be able to trade into a 3 attack follower and then into something much larger for a trade. Otherwise, you'll be playing this mostly for the enhanced 10 gain Storm, which will make it a 10 damage card, which for Shadow could be quite good, especially since they will be losing a lot of cards for mid-Shadow in regards to things like Death's Breath or, you know, Cerberus, which could have been a nice card, which mid-Shadow doesn't tend to run too much now. Other than that, I think that this card will fit into a lot of shadow decks quite easily. Probably as at least a 2-of. A lot of people are talking about a 1-of, but I completely disagree with it. I think it'll be an easy 2-of in most decks, maybe even a 3-of guaranteed, just because it's very solid. It's got a lot of versatility. You can use it either just as the rush, you can use it with the necromancy, maybe trade into 2 things, use it with the fanfare and go face. So you've got, 3 different playstyles this card can fit into, and that is always good in a card. Look at Grimnir. Grimnir was 4 sweep on the board, originally 4 to face. It also played well as a ward, and that was really good card. So I can't see why this wouldn't fit along the same line. Obviously they have very different purposes, but along the same line this card should work out quite nicely. Then we have Mana Pistol Merc, which is Portalcraft, 5-drop 5/4 bronze card. Not too bad. I like seeing good bronze cards, but the stat line is there, average. Fanfare, if Resonance is active for you, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. So this is, I don't know, I feel like this will stop fairies maybe a little more, and I don't know, maybe mirror matches for Portal because, puppet decks, but I just feel like this card isn't going to be that surprising, especially since it's Fanfare if Resonance. So you can kind of, just throw it out on Resonance whenever you want, get the effect, and that's it. That card obviously just seems like kind of a little bit of a filler card now that I actually, go over some of the ideas in my head. I don't think you'll see much play with this card at all, not unless for some reason we need this, which I doubt it. Then we have Heavenly Knight, 7-drop 3/7, Havencraft Legend. Kind of reminds me of Argus in the way that the artwork is, and I wouldn't be surprised if a similar person had done the art, honestly, with how cool that is. The effect is, I don't know how to feel about this one. This is a ward, so pretty good already. 7 health, ward is always quite nice. Good body with the evolve, it's got the standard evolve stats, so it becomes a 5/9. The Fanfare, for all allied if an allied amulet is in play, gain Storm at the start of your opponent's turn until the start of your next turn, gain +4. So during your opponent's turn, this thing is going to be huge. Like, I don't know what to say about it. It's just going to be huge. You play this, your opponent's turn. It's a 7/7 for 7, obviously. It's also the ward, which is great. So most things aren't going to beat over it easily. They're going to have to either use removal on it or just something straight out, which is good, especially since this follows up straight into turn 8 and 9, which Tauros Aegis could be really good for that kind of curve, or Heavenly Knight Seraph obviously in Unlimited, because Seraph is being rotated with DE, which kind of sucks. Other than that, the Amulet in play to gain Storm also makes this a really good card in something like Stormhaven, and this may be enough to keep Stormhaven alive in the next meta. Then we have the final card, Mechwing Swordsman, a 2-drop 2/2 bronze Portalcraft. This is a really good bronze, I think. Fanfare, randomly put 2 of the following cards into your deck: Analyzing Artifact, Ancient Artifact, Mystic Artifact, and Radiant Artifact. So they take any one of those cards randomly, put 2 of them in the deck. Unsure exactly how this is going to work just because of how this is worded. Randomly put 2 of the following cards, so does that mean it's going to take 1 and then it's only going to have a choice of 3 and take another one? So you're going to end up with, say, 1 Analyzing Artifact and 1 Radiant Artifact, or some kind of combo like that? Or is it going to be a pool of 4? So it can take Analyzing Artifact out of the first pool of 4, and then it has a second pool of 4, and it has a chance to pull another Analyzing Artifact, for example. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. I assume it will probably just be one of the 4, and then one of the 3 that are left, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. As always, I will keep these up to date with any new cards or any major changes to the cards' texts if they might be incorrect or something. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.